What are your top 5 favorite movies, Will, of all time that you could watch on repeat and never have? And you're going to make a critical drinker that the drinker recommends these top 5 movies.
Oh, damn. I'm glad you didn't just ask for one, because it's impossible to nail one movie as like your favorite.
I would do a 10. I would do top 10. I'm famous on Facebook and LinkedIn for my top 10 lists. But if you want to give a top 10 of your favorite movies of all time, we could talk about this for the next 2 hours if we can. Very curious.
I mean, I'll go with 5 because honestly, like if I was to pick them out, they wouldn't even be like classic, artistically significant movies. They're just movies that I would find really fun to watch. One of my all-time favorites, which I've still never got around to reviewing, it's Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell. I absolutely love that film. It's just so damn fun. Back to the Future.
Yeah, of course.
That would definitely be one of them.
I heard they were remaking Big Trouble with The Rock. I don't know if that's I read that a few years ago actually, but they were remaking it, but whatever. Please continue.
Yeah. I mean, just don't remake it. It's got that perfect combination of goofiness and like 80s machismo, and just it's perfect.
Yep.
So I was saying there, Back to the Future would be another one. I love the whole trilogy, but the first one in particular, it's just got a real sense of wonder to it. So great movie. Film. It's just, and I think it's the same for a lot of people. Also, Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. That would I love the Indiana Jones movies. I love the adventure of it. I love the traveling all across the world, the tombs, the traps, the bad guys. It's brilliant fun to watch. Just like a classic adventure, story. So that would probably be my third one. Fourth one, it's one of the Star Trek movies, I would say. I did a live stream about it. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. I love it. I think that a brilliant villain, a Captain Kirk who's going through a midlife crisis. His best friend sacrificing himself. Brilliant.
Our mother is a massive Trekkie. She's watched every episode. She has them all on DVD. And when she watched the new J.J. Abrams ones, I hated the new ones. I didn't like the new, with Chris Pine.
See, that was one of the movies where I was like, I kind of like it.
No,
and then all of a sudden, and then the drinker gets on. I'm like, I changed my mind.
But you literally changed my mom's mind. Where you pointed out the flaws in all 3 of the newer movies, and she's like, I never saw it like that. He's right. The drinker is right. I'm like, yes,
I think you don't notice. That you don't really notice it unless you're still fairly well versed in the original movies, and things like Star Trek: The Next Generation, where you got that kind of classic Star Trek feel, and the kind of moral dilemmas that they wrestle with, all that sort of thing. And then when you get to the JJ movies, and suddenly it's all high energy and everyone's running about and stuff's exploding and the Enterprise is getting blown up every single episode, and it's all just like frantic madcap nonsense just getting fired into your face like every 5 minutes, and it's just overwhelming. It's like Star Trek trying to be Star Wars, and it's easy to be fooled by it because you don't really get a chance to stop and think about anything that's happening, and you think it's good, but then you stop for a while. You consider how it's actually put together and how it compares to the originals, and you're like, no, this is terrible. This is trash. And that's the realization I guess I came to.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And what's the 5th one, Will?
The last one? Oh, man. I'm trying to pick one more. A horror movie that was made in the UK. You guys have probably never heard of it. It's a werewolf horror movie called Dog Soldiers. And it's about a sort of team of British soldiers that gets trapped in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, under siege by werewolves. And it's honestly the most fun movie. Like it's got so many like great gags. It's got loads of like in jokes and references to to older classic movies, and it's got really good action. And the characters are just brilliant. Like the dialogue is so funny. It's got comedic elements, but fundamentally it's still kind of a serious horror movie. So it just again, not an artistically significant film, but just one that I really enjoy watching.